Not much variety in the decor here. I must say I'm getting a little sick of it. Wonder how things are going on the roof. I can probably trust Mr. One, Leone rather, to keep my body from spontaneously combusting or anything like that. That artistic scientist fellow's probably cleared the clouds away. But the king of this place blocked the moonlight. A search and rescue mission in a zone of total surrealism, eh? This is new even to me. The decorated picture book. Once there was a beautiful piano. The piano was decorated with gemstones in all the colours of the rainbow. Oh, how it sparkled and glittered. Everyone told it was beautiful. What a beautiful piano. No one had ever seen such a wonderful piano before. The piano's owner was very pleased and decorated the piano even more. Everyone in all the land praised the piano's beauty. No one from anywhere wanted to hear its voice. But the gemstones were heavy, so heavy, and one day they crushed the piano flat. Poor piano. Poor piano.
What is this trash? Is there no limit to its vulgarity?
Okay, so my theory on this is that the piano is Sakya. The gems is like his nobility and his name and everything and the weight that holds on him. He's expected to be a certain way because of his name, but you know, it says very clear, people come to look at the piano but not to hear its voice. They don't care what Sakya has to say, or if he wants to play music, which, as we know from the first Hatoful Boyfriend game, he does like music, which is not, well, they don't like that of him. Like, his family do not like that. And it's just like the weight of his name and everything, and his nobility is wearing him, is like pushing him down. That's my theory anyway. I could be wrong. Again, feel free to speculate.
The composition is poor, the story juvenile, and the art messy.
I opened the door to find a fantail angrily beating a book on the floor. Salutations, Sakya. I'm glad to see you're still yourself.
What? Is there no getting rid of you? What now? The tea party's already over.
Is it? That's too bad. I was really looking forward to drinking some of your tea, too.
I wouldn't have given you anything even if you had showed up on time. Don't get full of yourself, mongrel.
I'll be expecting an invitation card next time, too. Sakya sticks his beak in the air and coos irritatedly. By the way, what were you reading just now? I pick up the book which Sakya had thrown on the floor.
I haven't the slightest.
Do you remember where you found it?
Do not treat me like a child. The king gave it to me. I do not mean to insult a gift of royalty, but that thing is amazing. It is like the scribbles of a deranged child.
A picture book, eh? So this is a little flirtation from the king, or rather an invitation to stay here. I suppose it's meant to paint reality in a poor light to flatter the world of dreams. Alas, its message appears to have been lost on Sakya.
Something is wrong with someone who dresses a musical instrument up like a Christmas tree. Instruments come with their own beauty already built in. Gaudiness is hardly the deciding factor in an instrument's value. Indeed, an instrument covered in sparkly gewgaws to impress uncultured fools is the epitome of crassness. Decorating an instrument to the detriment of its tone is absurd, ludicrous. If the author of this drivel was here now, I would sit him down and lecture him for 3 days without break.
He continues on, angrily expounding the qualities of musical timbre. I wonder if he realises just how much he cares about music. As his brother, I can only hope to see the magnificent blooming of that enthusiasm one day, in the real world. Very true. Visual flair is hardly what an instrument is there for. The piano in here should have used his voice to let everyone know that before he got crushed. I wasn't created to be decorated. Let me sing. Something like that.
Why are you smirking like that? What a distasteful cretin you are.
I love how thick-headed you are, Sakya. It'll save me a lot of trouble.
What is this? Do you mock me?
No, quite the opposite. That was praise.
I doubt it. Your ridiculous facial expression is proof of your deceit.
Forgive me. I was born with it. What am I to do? Now then, I can't spend too much time here. I doubt whoever I run into next will be as easy as you, after all.
I knew you didn't just wander here by chance. Tell me what is happening.
You're always good at keeping things moving. Thanks, Sakya.
You do not jest?
It's hard to believe, but unfortunately it's true. You and I are hooked together with a whole pile of electrical wires right now.
You cad! Without my permission?
You weren't exactly being responsive. And it's an emergency anyway. Easier to ask forgiveness than approval, right?
Ah!
Now then, Sakia, will you spend eternity having tea here with that cheerful, artistically challenged king?
Inconceivable. I would not stand for it. Just who do you think I am? I am Shirogane Sakia Labelle. It is completely out of the question. I demand to see the man responsible for this idiocy at once. I shall have recompense for his gross discourtesy towards me.
Sakia runs off into the darkness, an aura of unusual proactivity about him. No one gets the better of my little brother. Now then, who's next? Can I save? Yeah.
Okay, ready to go.
The black and white picture book. Once upon a time, there lived a white dove and a black dove. The white dove loved the sunflower. The black dove loved the sunflower too. What a beautiful sunflower it was. It was as warm and bright as the sun itself. The sunflower would go out and play with the doves all day long. But one day the sunflower made friends with the star, and after that the sunflower always went out at night. Without the sunflower as bright as the sun to light them, the days became dark. The white dove knew how nice the night star was and became sad and more sad and cried. The black dove thought the night star should turn into a shooting star and go disappear somewhere far away. Things would be better then. But in the end, both doves froze in the darkness and died. Poor doves. Poor doves. This one's just as bad as the last one. Not my style at all. What did you think of it, Kawara Ryota? Okay, so this one is kind of one of the ones I'm a little bit less sure on. What I think it is the sunflower's Hyoko. The doves, well, there's two of them, and that's where I get a little bit confused. The star is obviously Nageki. Ryota is jealous of Nageki, I think, because Ryota is in love with Hyoko. We've always known this. But Hyoko's just... she's just, well, she's Hyoko. Just completely goes over her head. I think that both doves might be Ryota. Like two sides of Ryota's personality. Like the white dove knows that the star, aka Nageki, is a nice person and likes them well enough. The black dove is the one that wants him to just sod off. Is the one that's like all jealous and like, why did you have to come into my life and take her from me, sort of thing. I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm interested to hear what other people like think about it, but that's my initial theory, that, you know, the black dove is like the jealous side of Ryota, and the white dove is like the side that just like, you know, the rational, I suppose, side, I suppose. But yeah, that's my theory on that one. I know I love this episode for the fact that they do this. The king said, "You've done nothing wrong. You are the one who found the treasure first." That doesn't mean anything. How I feel doesn't matter. Looks like he's more interested in talking to the king than to me. I guess I'm still just not charming enough. The king said that mourning dove is a bad bird. That mourning dove wants to steal something precious from the king. And from you. You must know already that mourning dove is an evil demon. Nageki is a ghost, but he's not evil. I guess he can be scary if you make a mess of the library books, but... The king said, "But you are very afraid of him, are you not? Because you can tell your greatest treasure will be taken far, far away. If you join the king, you will not be afraid of anything anymore. The evil demon will be gone then. The king is waiting for you." After a lot of smarmy babbling, the king disappears. "Salutations, O troubled young pigeon. Mind if I join you for a bit?" "Oh, Yuya. So you've ended up here too. I thought it was just us." "Well, I wasn't exactly invited, you know how it is." I'm here to rescue you all. Blah, 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 blah. Please decide to bust out of here and come home with me as soon as possible. I see. So we're all in the same dream, after all. So it's not just something I'm imagining all by myself. By all indications, yes. The king there is the host and creator of this charade, and you're all guests. And I'm crashing the party. Everyone dreaming the same dream beneath the starry night sky. Very romantic. So are you still caught up in this dream? I don't know. I don't know what I want anymore. It's very painful. And when I wake up, it might just end up even more painful. From what little I saw of the king's solicitations, I can guess pretty easily what he means. And I'm a little bit of a specialist in that area. You know by now what it is that's causing your pain, right? I haven't done... Talk to me, Ryota. I'm here for you and I can help you. What's bothering you? What are you afraid of? Once you've put it into words, you'll know exactly what you need to do. That's what I think, anyway. That's why I talk so much of the time. Seems reasonable, doesn't it? At this rate, you'll rot from the inside, quite literally at that. Be brave, Ryota. I'm afraid of Hiyoko not being with me, even in this dream. I always worry too much, and at first I thought this dream was just me being scared that someday she'll leave me behind. But I guess that's not it. The Hiyoko I saw here is the real Hiyoko. His eyes flicker about nervously. What he says is true, even though this is a dream. Hiyoko is acting of her own accord. Hiyoko has been with me ever since we were children. We've been together so long, somewhere along the line I started thinking it would stay like that forever. But it won't. It never would. It was all just my imagination. All of it. His eyes glisten with tears. Ah, how brightly his innocence shines to one as worldly and jaded as myself. He probably hasn't even realised that what he's feeling is love. I took it all for granted. I thought it would last forever. But that's not possible. I know Hiyoko better than anyone. I know what she loves and what she hates, what she's good at and what she isn't. I know everything about her. But I don't anymore. Nageki knows a Hiyoko that I don't. And not just in this dream. She spends more time in the library every day. If someday I stop being special to her, for that matter, maybe I just thought I was special to her. All this time, to her, I've been nothing but... Well, what a pickle. If I've been reading the signs right, Nageki and Hiyoko aren't quite to the point where Ryota should be worrying. But his fears are going to get more and more likely by the day. I need to pick my words carefully. How can I coax this young man's heart back into the real world without breaking it? Yep, save him because, I shouldn't have bothered saving it at the beginning of the picture story, but I know that this is, like, Ryota's part, I think, could potentially lead to game overs, and, yeah. I don't remember what the answers necessarily are, so... Persuasion to maximum. I want to say, what is special? What exactly do you mean by special? Something irreplaceable? I don't really understand myself. But at the very least, to me Hiyoko is Hiyoko, and no one can ever take her place. So that's it. What were you ever afraid of then? No one can ever be replaced, Ryota. You will never stop being special to Hiyoko in that respect. It's as simple as that. You don't think I'm trying to fool you or anything, do you? That's true, I guess, but that's not it. I'm scared that I just won't be with her as much any... Of course not. You can't stay children forever. Feel like writing me off as a heartless bastard yet? But ignoring me won't change anything. Time will pass, and places will change. The first flowers in spring, a shooting star, the rainbow right after a storm, all beautiful, and none can be captured and held forever. No matter how fair the flower, it will rot and fall to pieces if you never let it go. But memories will never hurt you. The flower withers, the star falls, and the rainbow fades away, but you will always remember their beauty. Are you telling me to go on alone with nothing but my memories? That's a little pessimistic. What I'm saying is, don't let your fears for tomorrow cloud the memories you're making today. That's too abstract for me. I don't think I understand. How long is he going to keep floundering around? I'll have to be a little more clear. Maybe you'll be an unrequited lover, or maybe you'll live and have a family with Hiyoko, or maybe you'll go your own separate ways. But whatever happens, all the time you've spent with her, all the joy you've had, will still be yours. It just makes it even worse. How could I live without the sun now that I'm so used to its warmth and light? I'm scared, Yuya. I don't want to see everything I know collapse around of me. This is pretty bad. I've been taking him for a quiet metrosexual, but maybe he's really into the whole monopolization thing. And as far as I can tell, Miss Hiyoko herself hasn't got the slightest idea all this is going on. What a sinfully negligent lady. Everything changes, Ryota. Time is like that, inconvenient and rude to everyone. Even if you stand still, everything else will leave you behind. No matter how hard you try to prevent change, it will still come. The world and your friends will still change. If what you really want is undisturbed peace for the rest of your days, you'll have to cut all your ties, leave everyone behind and become a hermit in the mountains. No, I don't want that. I didn't think you did. Are you planning to ask someone else to stay with you then? That wouldn't be right. I couldn't ask for something like that. It would be too selfish. So you think it would be selfish? Aren't you wishing someone would do that for you just a little bit deep inside? I don't know. Maybe I am. Or maybe you aren't. Right. Aren't you afraid, Yuya? Everything around us is changing and so are we. We don't know what's ahead. Doesn't that scare you? There are things that scare even me, yes. Even a hero of justice has its weaknesses. What's waiting for me at the other end of this night? The best day of my life? Or the very worst? No one knows. And that's why. That's why all we who cannot see tomorrow can do is put on our bravest smiles and march boldly into the new day. Isn't that called bluffing? I suppose it is. All this time I've been just been trying to look cool so no one would realise what's going on inside. But what's wrong with putting on a little show? I have a question for you. There are only two choices. We're running a little low on time, you see. Kawara Ryota, what do you want me to do? What do you want to do? You could accept the king's invitation and stay here. Negeki would be removed. You would spend eternity celebrating the endless holiday with Hiyoko, and tomorrow would never come. Nothing would change, and nothing would hurt you ever again. Or you could refuse the king's invitation and return to the real world. Your relationship with Hiyoko will change sooner or later, for better or worse, and a new day will come. Now choose. I won't try to force you either way. You alone can decide what your salvation will be. And in any case, it won't do us any good unless he decides to break free himself. Now then, if I remember Nageki's map right, I should be near the throne room, but something's bothering me. I've been looking as hard as I can, but I still haven't found it. There was another star below and to the right of the room where we started. Someone else must be here. I went to the right. If that map is correct, there should be a route to that star somewhere. But where? We don't have to worry about getting lost, but this corridor is way too long. It's connecting two stars. There really isn't any way it could not be long. Stop pointing out how futile my complaints are. We're almost there anyway. Beyond that should be the king's chamber. Nageki stares at the extravagant door at the end of the hallway and nods. All right, let's get in there with a bang, take out the king with a clang, and knock down the lighthouse with a crash. Looks like you two cleared your half just fine. Yuya! We went through 2 rooms. We talked to Okasan, Mira and Kaku, and Dr. Iwamine, and we made lots of cracks in the shell. Though I still don't think the doctor is really with us. 2 rooms after all. Yep, just like on the map. I didn't take any shortcuts, but I've only been through 2 rooms as well. So, I'm afraid I have to go back, mon ami. But we're just a few steps from the king. We're still one short. I must have missed a room somewhere. No doubt it's the quail. I'll go find the last room as quickly as I can. My mission here is to get everyone out alive, after all. And your status as a hero of justice does give you a better chance at spot checks than either of us. Yuya will finish his search and rescue. I'll clobber some sense into the king, and Nageki will destroy the lighthouse. It's the perfect plan. Try not to hurt him too badly, Mr. Saka. He started it. I was hoping to enjoy our reunion a little more, but we'll have plenty of time for that after we wake up. The king isn't going to be like anything you've fought before, mon ami, and he certainly won't be eager to let you pass. But we're low on time. This is the best way.
Don't worry, Yuya. Nothing can stand before Nageki and me. Ours is a march of destruction, and no tender grasses sprout in the charred trail we leave.
Speak for yourself. Mr. Sakazaki, Hitori is blind, and if he's alone, he may be scared. Please help him. Of course. Leave it to me. Back to the mission, then. Adieu. And as for us, into the Hall of the King.